We're going to cross then to Sydney, speak to our correspondent Rochelle Harrison-Pless, who joins us from there. Rochelle, this hearing, it's still in full swing, isn't it?
Absolutely. It was revealed a short while ago that the judge has allowed Novak Djokovic to leave hotel detention for the duration of this hearing. But at this stage, we don't know where the tennis world #1 is viewing proceedings. But after a lengthy lunch break, the court is back in session. And now this morning, we heard arguments from Djokovic's lawyers. They've told the Federal Circuit Court that the notice to cancel his visa was defective. They've argued that his COVID diagnosis on December 16 last year exempts him from being vaccinated for 6 months. And they also argue that he was not afforded procedural fairness. Now, the court is now hearing submissions from the government's lawyers. The government says previous infection is not enough for an exemption, and that there's no such thing as guaranteed entry for any non-citizens. We also know that the country's health minister wrote to Tennis Australia back in November, warning that players must be fully vaccinated and could not count on an infection as a reason for exemption. But the judge has said he is, quote, agitated about the treatment of Djokovic by immigration officials, and asked what more could he have done beyond obtaining this exemption.
And Rochelle, there's been such a passionate reaction in Australia, hasn't there, to this whole court case and what's happened over the weekend?
Yes, that's right. There's been a lot of chatter, even among those who don't follow the tennis, and it's thrown an international spotlight on Australia's tough border measures. Now, news of Djokovic's exemption last week sparked an uproar here, especially in Melbourne, Melbourne being the city which hosts the Australian Open, of course, and Melbourne also being the most locked down city in the world. At the height of the pandemic, Australian citizens living abroad were banned from returning home, many missing out on opportunities to say goodbye to dying family members because they were denied exemptions to enter the country, even though they were fully vaccinated. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of anger over perceived special treatment of Djokovic. But even before today's hearing even kicked off, there were plenty of twists and turns to rival a thrilling tennis match, with photos showing Djokovic attending a public event maskless shortly after testing positive to COVID-19 last month. So that as well is stirring up a lot of controversy too.